What you see on that last play, Jason, by Brandon?
Great execution, great catch, great pass by D-Live, and then back it up to PJ to be able to throw that to D-Live, and then for him to catch, and then for him to find B-Will on the run. Great execution, tough call. You know, he had a good look. They called a foul.
See another close game for you guys. What did you see down here in the fourth quarter that kind of led to you guys being in the position that you were in?
Well, we fought to get back in, and we never stopped. I mean, it becomes a free throw game. They miss one. We execute. We had some good looks. We executed down the stretch, had some turnovers. That's been something that we've always had trouble with early here in the season. Also, we had some great looks on the offensive end that just didn't go down for us. And then on the other end, we get the miss, and we just can't rebound the ball. We got the miss. Unfortunately, the ball bounced their way. They came up with, I think Hart comes up with the miss layup or the block and puts it back. So the ball bounced their way, but we had great opportunities, but we just couldn't get the rebound.
What you like about that strategy to keep the ball out of Brunson's hand down the stretch?
Yeah, he is. We know that he's one of the best, and when you let him play one-on-one, it's going to be a long night. So I thought the guys did a great job of taking the ball out of his hands, making someone else beat us tonight. But again, he got going. When he gets that tempo and that rhythm, it's hard unless you take the ball out of his hand, and that's what we did.
Jason, you had 7 threes in the first and then finished with 16. What was working with the three ball tonight?
Well, they were making them, and I thought just the trust of being able to find the corners. But again, when PJ goes 1 for 12, a lot of times that's, you don't think you're going to be in the game, but that just shows PJ's ability to fight on the defensive end. Understanding we had some great looks that just didn't go down for us. When you look at guys shooting 1 for 6 in this league, when you get that many threes, you got to make some of them, and we just didn't do that tonight.
Then the Knicks are one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league, but you held them to only 28% from three. But then Shamet makes the 2 big threes. What kind of changed throughout the quarters?
They're going to shoot a lot of them, and so and they got shooters over there, and not just Shamet, but Brunson, and then Bridges, and then also, Cat puts a lot of pressure on you on the perimeter because if he starts to make them, he close out, he's pump faking, he's getting to the rim, and he did that a couple times on us tonight. But we try to, understand that they can shoot the three, and they're one of the best offensive teams in the league. And again, we gave ourselves a chance here at home to win. We just couldn't get the ball to bounce our way.
With D'Angelo Russell having one of his better performances of the season, what did you like most about his game tonight?
I thought just the tempo was good, being able to find his teammates, knowing when to attack, and then setting the table for others.
And for him to replicate this type of performance, what kind of things do you want to see out of him moving forward that you liked tonight?
Just being consistent. I think that's what, we're all looking for everyone, and for him just being able to take advantage of when he can score, and then also when he can get someone going. And I think he's done a great job in both areas.
What do you tell your players after a game like this, Jason, when you're right there and just couldn't pull it out?
Yeah, we've been in a lot of these, and so we got to learn the value of the ball and then being able to execute down the stretch, and it'll turn. When you play enough of these in 82, you go through some tough losses, but you stay together, come tomorrow, come to work, and find a way to get better and get ready for Friday.
Naji, you all lost another close one tonight. Just what is that feeling of kind of keep getting so close, but end up losing some of these close games?
It is what it is. On to the next one.
And what did you see on that last play by B-Will?
To be honest, it's a hard layup. Ref called what they called. That's what it is.
Tough way to lose.
What you think?
Tough way to lose.
The biggest reason for some of the quarter turnovers?
Mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes them. Just got to figure it out.
What did you see from D'Angelo Russell tonight coming off the bench alongside you?
It's D'Lo being D'Lo. As you can see, we need that. If you use our group, gets us going, and just try to figure out how to maintain it and be consistent with it.
And then on the defensive end, the 2 late Shamet 3-point makes. What kind of happened on those plays?
I don't know. I'm gonna watch the film tonight. Try to figure it out. I don't remember though. Come on.
Come on, let's share the seat. You ever done that? Supposed to win and share the seat.
Both of y'all can answer this one. How big was it for you guys to kind of take some of the score a little?
Mentality, right? I think everybody's got that mentality where we can, next man up. Everybody on our roster is hungry to play and prove themselves. Some guys that's not in the lineup trying to insert themselves in. So whatever it takes, I think everybody did their part tonight. We're supposed to get out of there with a win and celebrate as a team.
We asked Naji about this, but what was your just interpretation of that final play? B. Will layup.
No comment. No comment.
What did you guys do to take the ball out of Brunson's hand the last 7 or 8 minutes of the game?
Deny the ball. I feel like play it hard. Stop him from catching the ball.
We talked to Jason about the Knicks haven't won a game on the road yet, and he said that, that's maybe not an advantage because they're so hungry. What was the feeling like in that fourth quarter?
What do you mean?
Just like desperation
Desperation from them?
for the Knicks, yeah.
Nah.
That's the desperation for us, trying to get a win against whoever, So, I don't know if I felt the desperation for them more than I felt it for us, trying to get a W.
And then Naji, you guarded Brunson a couple times down the stretch. Was that you just wanted to guard one of their best players, or you thought you had a good matchup with him because of your size?
What I do for this team, bring energy and compete on the defensive end for the team, and I just try to take on the challenge of guarding the best player. Hopefully, slow him down. So that's about it.
You had it going there in the third quarter. Just what does it take to replicate an offensive groove like that?
I think this league it's hard to do things like that. You try to take what the game's giving you. Obviously, you're going to be on the game plan for what they're trying to take away from you as well. So to come out there and take what the game's giving me, some nights it may be score, some nights it may be pass. Just try to implement myself into the game, whichever it may be. Like I said, we were supposed to. Everybody did a little bit tonight, and I don't think anybody had to do a lot. And I think that's a great formula to success.
Naji, there in the first quarter, you drained 3 threes. How do you feel like you got that going for the?
Just taking what the defense gives me. Our guys are great at getting in the paint, spraying out. So just trusting my teammates to make the right play, and when I'm open, just trusting my work.
And overall, for the season as a whole, how would you assess your 3-point shooting so far?
Up and down, but like I said, I put the work in, so just gonna continue to trust my work, and hopefully it works for me. Works out for the better.
What do you guys got to do in particular on Friday, cross the finish line and come out with a victory?
Who we play?
Oh,
New Orleans.
All game plan. Make it tough. They came in here and beat us. We owed them one. I think we're gonna come out with that desperation that the Knicks had tonight, I guess.
Would you say is the main thing you guys are learning in all these close games?
I always say, teams that are figuring out, their identity. You don't do anything. You watch good teams not do anything special to win games. They watch teams like us do something out of ordinary, and that dictates the winner or loss. It's not something that's crazy. It's just that they know their formula, they know their recipe, they know what it takes. We'll figure it out. So in the midst of that, we're gonna win some, we're gonna lose some, but that's the beauty of 82 games. So how to figure it out.
Y'all getting this figuring out of the way now. Do you think that's something that's going to benefit y'all as y'all get healthy and as the season goes on?
I think it's huge. I always say that. You take a lot of good coaches use 82 games to figure out, a lot of things. It's not the same every game. It's practice everything. We're not healthy, so that's us. And we're still figuring out our identity. So I think those are good things to struggle with to start the season.
What did you miss by not having Cooper tonight?
I mean, it's the #1 pick. His teams coming out the south where they don't see you well. So guys are coming out trying to stop him, you know, taking on themselves to stop him and slow him down. That allows other guys to step up and be aggressive and carry all that. So without him, other guys don't step up.
Thank you.